Hi, beautiful people. Today we're starting our unit on distributive property, and our essential question is, what does it mean to have a group of numbers? So the first thing I want us to remember is when we were talking about multiplication a little while ago, we said groups of means to multiply. So groups of means to multiply. So we know that for this, we're going to do multiplying. Okay, and in this section, we're talking about distributive property. So let's talk about what it means to distribute something. If I'm at like a birthday party or something, and I'm the person who's distributing cake, then I'm the person who makes sure that everybody gets a piece of cake. So to distribute means to give out equally. So then distributive property is to give out groups of something equally. Okay, so now we've retraced some of those keywords, but I want us to now look at what it means or what it looks like when you multiply. What does multiplication look like? Okay, and we've seen multiplication a few different ways. So the first way that we've seen multiplication is like 3 times 5, you put a little x in between. You've seen that before. This is how you do it in elementary school. Okay. Now that we're using variables, here's another way to do it. You do like 2 times k, okay, the little dot. Okay. Another way to show multiplication is if you have a whole number and a variable, you can just put them right next to each other, like 7x. There's multiplication in this one. This one has multiplication. Okay. And then the last way that we sometimes show multiplication is with parentheses. So like the entry task that we had today, like if you had 4 times 5, parentheses also indicate multiplication. So these are the ways that multiplication will appear. In distributive property, we use this form a lot. Okay. When you see a number and then parentheses and then another number, you can just put multiplication in there. You can like write it in there so that you remember that there's multiplication. That's what I do a lot of the time. Okay. So let's do an example problem. So we're going to start with, let's say we've got 3 groups of x plus 4. Okay. Now notice I read this 3 groups of x plus 4. So this right here means groups of. And this is multiplication. Okay. So then this means that if I were to rewrite it, I would have x plus 4 3 times. X plus 4 and x plus 4. Okay, notice I have 1, 2, 3 groups of x plus 4. That's what this whole entire statement right here means. Okay, so now in order to find out how much that is total, I'm going to add them together. And I don't remember from last time, you can only add things that have the same variable component, so like terms. So I'm going to start by adding the 4s. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. Okay. I keep the addition in between to separate them. And 1x plus 1x plus 1x is 3x's. Okay, so another thing that we need to remember is when there's no coefficient, which is the number that goes with the variable, there's an invisible one. Okay. So 3 groups of x plus 4 is the same as, or is equivalent to, 3x plus 12. Okay. Notice how I did that. I wrote 3 groups of it, 1, 2, 3, and then I added them together to get the total. Okay. So let's try another example. All right, so this one is 4 groups of y plus x plus y. So this again means groups of. Okay. And then when I'm doing the groups of, I write this thing inside the parentheses. I write the expression inside the parentheses multiple times. So I'm going to write x plus 4, x plus 4, x plus 4, and x plus 4. Okay, notice I've got 4 groups of it. And then I'm going to add them together. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 16. And x plus x plus x plus x is 4x's. So this is equivalent to 4x plus 16.